dad was a tough man. The first conversation I had with him, do you know what he said? Hii mchezo ya panya na paka sitaki. He took his bakora and I was out of the house running for dear life.
Hello there, welcome to Heart and Soul, and I'm so glad to have you here. Like I have you every Sunday and give you beautiful, beautiful stories with beautiful, amazing couples, and today it's not any different. As you can see, we are in a different location, and like one, we have never, been in one, and this is an amazing space where we're going to breeze through this story. I want you to relax. Grab your coffee or your popcorn and your notebooks, because we are going to learn a lot from this couple, and I really can't wait for you to get the nuggets from their story. Now, before we get into it, I want you to go to our social media platforms on Facebook at KBC Digital, on Instagram and Twitter at KBC Channel 1. And if you want to be featured on this show or even partner with us, do reach out to us on email heartandsoul@kbc.co.ke. But now, it's time to take a breath and relax as we get to know the Karanjas. So Mr. and Mrs. Karanja, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Would like to know you, and so we'll have like a brief introduction of who you guys are, so we can just get to know, okay, who are these people?
All right, maybe I could just say that I'm Liz Karanja.
Yes.
Karanja Habat, sitting next to me.
Yes.
Who is my husband for the last couple of years. And I'm so glad, Karin.
Yes.
For welcoming us in this forum, and glad to be here.
And thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
My name is Herbert, and I'm a husband to this lovely lady here.
Yes.
We have been together for just a few number of years.
Yeah.
Perhaps we will tell you as it throws by.
X number of years.
X number of years. Perhaps as we keep discussing, we'll share with you the story and the details. But thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. So we want to go back before Mr. and Mrs. Karanja became Mr. and Mrs. Karanja. There was Herbert, there was Liz. We want to go back all the way there. How did you guys meet? How was it? Was it like cinematic? We want to know.
Yeah, so we met at a time when we had been invited in a youth forum so that we can be part of a youth meeting of Faith Evangelistic Ministry in the church where I serve today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So those days, I think we were just fresh from high school. Both of us were pretty young.
Yeah.
Perhaps 18, 19, 20 years, thereabouts.
Yeah.
And, lo and behold, as destiny would call, I obeyed the call, so I went for that meeting.
Yeah.
And so did one beautiful lady called Lisa also come for the meeting.
Hey.
So that is how it all began.
Yeah.
We never knew one another like
prior
to that.
Yeah.
That is the time that we met.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The beautiful girl Lisa. And she really is beautiful. So we're going back to when you're 19, 20 there, and you've poured yourself into serving God.
Yeah.
So did he stand out at any one point? Do you remember seeing him?
Yeah. What just remembered, I think we were serving as a youth team. There were many of us.
Yeah.
And I think our focus was serving. It was not like
you're not looking.
Not looking.
Yeah.
Actually, but anyway, I think for the girls, you should be searched for, not looking.
Not the other way around.
Yeah, just avail yourself serving,
Yeah.
and as you're serving, you found them.
Yeah.
So we were just serving. what I would say, he would stand out because of he was so given to serving, and so was the lessons. So yeah, he would stand out, but not in the aspect of like, oh, this is a relationship, or this is a guy, you know. Yeah, he was
just like the rest of everybody else.
Yeah, the rest
brother in Christ.
Yeah.
No, brother in Christ in question. Are you saying sister in Christ?
I mean,
Are you saying?
Amazing. I think my personality is a choleric.
Yeah.
And you know, a choleric is by and large a go-getter. I mean, when you set your heart, this is what you want, you just go for it.
You pursue,
hook, line, and sinker. So lo and behold, one of those days we were gathered together by our youth leader to have a meeting, just discuss on an evening. Then he would ask us a few questions here and there, like that. So this question he asked, I can't remember the question.
Yeah.
Because I was completely, I don't know whether the word is bamboozled with the answer that came.
Okay.
Because when he asked the question, our leader, the person who answered in such a melodious voice that left me, is it bamboozled? Is that the word? The voice was just amazing.
Sauti nyororo.
So I alone was just wondering, who is that?
Yeah.
Who is that beautiful lady? So I checked and I saw who it was.
Yeah.
So then another meeting was set, and I went home. Time went past by, and then I prayed to God. I said, Lord, that lady, is it okay if I ask you that I would want to marry her one day?
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
I had peace in my heart.
Yeah.
One of the ways I get to know the voice of God is through the peace of God in my heart. And so when I had peace in my heart, I said, I think I need to get further confirmation.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, we are going to have another meeting on another day.
Yeah.
As has been said by our leader. Allow me just to fleece you.
Yeah.
And people should not do what I did.
Yeah.
Please don't do this.
Yeah.
This was just habit, right?
You pulled what's his
a fleece?
yeah. This guy in the Bible who
Gideon.
Yeah, you pulled a Gideon on God.
A Gideon thing, right? So I did that.
Yeah.
So I said, Lord, two things. Number one, let Liz come for the meeting. I used to call her Lisa.
Lisa. Wow.
So let Lisa come for the meeting.
Yeah.
It was not a must that she comes for the meeting. And number two, let her come in a white dress.
Hey.
Where did I get that? Maybe I was just making it more difficult for God.
Just looking nice. I didn't know he had prayed that prayer.
Yeah.
So that day I went for the meeting. My Lisa is nowhere. She's
No
not come for the meeting. And I'm like, oh Lord, you mean the peace I had?
I'm so disappointed.
Why now? I almost said, why me?
Okay. Yeah.
Why me?
Yeah.
So after perhaps maybe 20 or so, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Lo and behold,
Who walks in?
Lisa.
Wow.
In a white
dress. It was not either or.
game shot. Now we can listen to this meeting. And what was the leader saying?
No, really, did you though?
Before that, I did not hear what you were saying.
Yeah.
Now I can.
Oh, now you can focus. Like the nerves are
What
calm.
is it
Now you're just like, okay, she's here. This is done deal.
Yeah. And talk and make friendships with the rest of the girls who are in the worship team. And so as I did that, I then separately spoke to her.
Okay.
But
yeah,
we were too young.
Right.
So we were 20 and below.
Right.
So how do we even dare think about marriage?
Yeah.
How do I even dare talk to her in a manner like it suggests?
To suggest.
That one day I want to be her future husband.
All right.
I said, Lord, that is between you and me only. I said, if you have given her to me, can no joker.
Can tunya you. So, Lisa. You know, in this part of the story, you're seeing Lisa.
Yeah. I think as we continued on serving,
yeah,
yeah, as I said, he could stand out in that he was different from every other person.
Yeah.
And I think as we went on, it's like we started becoming friends. And I think I started seeing an interest. He's showing like an interest.
Yeah.
But not that direct, in that maybe just having conversations.
Right.
But not so much like so very personal.
Yeah.
But just kind of liking, but not so very singled.
Direct.
Yeah, direct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could just tell, hey, these are not just questions.
Yeah.
From every other guy.
As time went on,
Yeah.
And especially I think after the 2 years, I think that's the time that you now really see there's an interest. He's showing an interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our generation, we call it shooting your shots. so 2 years later, you start shooting your shots. It's like eyes on the prize. So how was that like?
Yeah, so I think
and even before that, had you guys started developing a friendship even over the 2 years?
So yeah, I mean, we would meet here and there, but together with other people.
Okay, in group settings.
In group settings, and we knew each other in those group settings. No one-to-one, like coffees, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because, like I told you, we were too young to even imagine that we could walk into marriage. Never.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then, girls are always together.
Yeah, we're always in a group.
So, they're always in a group setting.
Yeah.
When they go for a certain, they're all in a group. Like in a group.
Yeah.
Men are always alone when they're hunting.
Yeah.
So you get the person you want. So now I wonder, oh my Lord, how am I going to scatter this pack to single out my lady?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Without coming out of that thing whimpering.
Yeah. Without being, without injuries. Yeah.
So my prayers were now very targeted.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, I'm now going towards ending my university.
Okay.
I now need to be more specific.
Yeah.
I think it was my 4th year, or I don't know, 5th year, because my university engineering, I went all the way up to 5th year.
Okay.
So around my 4th year now, I started praying back, praying this side, and saying, how, Lord, do we target this? Yeah, so that's now the kind of prayer. And mind you, just before I come to that, all these 2 years, I would pray for her seriously.
Wow.
I would go and take her before God and pray for her. Seriously,
Wow.
That's something I always did.
Yeah.
And if there's something that I needed to know, I got to know.
Wow.
And I therefore prayed for her in that line.
Prayer is everything. Prayer is everything. I really, really love prayer. From my background, my mom was a mother of prayer. In fact, I thank God for her. She taught me prayer. We used to wake up every day at 3 and pray together with her every day.
Wow.
So then it came to that point that I thought, now is about time.
Yeah.
It's about time. If I lose this chance, I lose it. And it is me who will have failed.
Yeah, you waited for 2 years already. Yeah.
So during those days, I think I was, God blessed me, because every time we had holidays in between campus, holidays during those times, I always used to have a place I was working. So I had money for myself. So I used to I started now inviting her for coffee dates.
Oh.
And she was as slippery as an eel.
Hey. Lisa.
I said, Lord, I didn't think it would be this hard.
You prayed,
I've been praying for 2 years. Lord.
Busy.
I prayed for a whole night.
Yeah.
And then slippery as an eel. Lord, don't allow this, Lord.
This can be happening.
Don't have the brother.
Yeah.
But by and by, slowly by slowly, I remember one of these times, towards the time now, she almost now accepted. When I asked her out, she said, how about I invite you home, you can have lunch. I said, I can't come home. I come home as home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't come home.
Yeah.
So Shingo Pande, she said, okay, I'll come.
Oh, the first date reaction was just amazing because number one, I didn't even think she would quickly accept, and because I had tried there before, and it was not easy to get her to go for a discussion or rather a date. So when we had this one, I was very grateful.
It was so interesting because I think, as I had said earlier on, I was not in a hurry to get into a serious relationship. Especially I was avoiding any relationship that is not leading to marriage because I found I just wanted to be general friendships, but zeroing into one person, this has got to be the person who I'll end up being married to. And so that day, I think it was a highlight because him proposing or showing interest or expressing himself, it was like, wow, this is it.
I'll come for the coffee. So yeah, she came for the coffee, and I invited her where I was, at that time I was doing audit work.
All right.
Accountancy and audit. And we were auditing one particular firm that has a restaurant, basically
nearby
the YMCA. So she came over there.
Okay.
Right. And that is when the one and only Lisa knew that I loved her. But I did not propose.
Yeah.
But that's when she
You
knew that
expressed your interest.
I expressed my interest, yes.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah.
Lisa, we are coming back to you because because now the brother, he's looking at you in a park. He's like, how do I
single out?
Yeah. How does he get you out of there? Yeah. And the moment he does, you're like, what is going through your mind? What's going on through your mind at this point?
Well, I think, of course, we're told you can't just give in.
Oh, okay.
Of course, we were friends.
All right.
I think I kind of also time also got an interest.
Yeah.
But for the girls, I think you have to just die with it.
Yeah,
you can
keep it inside.
Keep it inside.
Yeah.
Bring out.
It cannot come out.
It cannot come out like you're doing like, oh.
Yeah, you just.
You just be there, do whatever you're supposed to do, but you're not just too available.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it. So when he should like, oh, let's.
He was consistent.
Coffee. Yeah, consistent. Yeah, let's have some coffee and all that. Can you just also play a bit hard?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not obvious.
Yeah,
it's
that
not
I'm
obvious.
Available.
Yeah.
But you're just inside. They're just like, okay, come back again.
Yeah, of course, inside this was of like, yeah, this is a good guy. I mean, he's good. And but with time, it's like, yeah, you
warm up,
and you say, okay, yes,
why not
get along and let's go for it.
So before we get back to him, you've gone for this coffee date.
Yes.
Do you have expectations? What's going on through your mind?
Yeah.
This is your first date that you've agreed to to go on.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Actually, I think by that time I had already known that he has interest because he had already been making a lot of moves and a lot of interest, and so I kind of knew the moment we'll sit down for a coffee, I kind of knew that's what it will lead to. Yeah. So it's like I was already set in my mind that this is what he'll ask.
Okay.
Or this is what he'll get into.
And knowing that, had you already known? You'd already known. This is also the direction I'm gonna take, or had you thought in your mind, okay, even if he asks this, I would still need more time to process it?
I don't want anybody to come to that far where they're able to propose and I say no, and of course, as you say, you're heartbroken. I don't want to break anyone's heart. So I had made a prayer that I don't want anybody to get that courage to go all along to that far. And so when he proposed, it was so special, and I knew this is it. I knew this he's the one.
Yeah.
And I had peace.
Right.
And therefore, by the time I'm coming for coffee, I know this is the will of God. So it's not like, again, you're fighting anymore.
Yeah.
You've now given in to the will of God. For ladies, you want a man who is in charge, who has direction, who knows what they want in life. And so that stood out, that he's so focused, he's so clear in his mind what he wants. And that really, I think, really attracted me into this relationship.
Interesting. So now, at what point did you decide, okay, we have got into the relationship, now we are dating, we want to now move to the next level?
So after about a year or thereabouts, and I got into my 5th year and about to finish, we now started discussing about marriage. Yeah, I now started telling my friends, started telling everybody, guess what? Was it my then or 4th year when we started telling our friends, so they got to know. And so after that, immediately after my 5th, when I was done with campus, we started organizing the things to do with the wedding.
Wait.
You started seeing our parents.
And then, okay, wait, you meet the parents first?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Then, of course, there before,
all right,
we, of course, I had engaged her.
Okay.
Immediately after my 5th year, when I was done with campus and everything. I did engage her. We had this wonderful, nice time in a hotel, restaurant rather.
Yeah.
And then the engagement was like that.
So the engagement date, we had a dinner together, and then after we had a very nice evening is when then I did engage her with the ring. And it was just the two of us in a restaurant. It was, I think, the most marvelous time to see her accept my engagement.
The dad was a tough man. The dad was a tough man. The first conversation I had with him, do you know what he said?
Tell us.
Hii mchezo ya panya na paka sitaki.
I was right there. But as I said, Mr. Kamodo was very, very strict. He was, they say the military man.
He's already nipped me in the bud right there. I looked at him. I'm like, Dad, I'm actually here because I love your daughter. An interest. So there's this wonderful, interesting story where the dad was, like, there are many in their family. Yeah. There are like 10 children. There are 5 girls and 5 boys.
Yeah.
She's the 5th girl. Oh. And so being like that, the dad must have been very old, right? Yeah. Way older. Yeah. Way old. Yeah. So she being the 5th girl, she's one who used to take care of dad. Oh, whenever dad is unwell. So there's one moment where the dad was unwell. Then I had visited. Ish. And I looked at the dad and he didn't want me to look at him. These are stories you'll never get to hear anywhere. Yeah. He took his bakora and I was out of the house running for dear life.
It's so funny because later in the story you get to hear like the dad was being willed to the wedding. So the drama for anakukimbiza, anakuchase away from her daughter, I think that is very dramatic. And the fact that alikuwa ameenda kumwona juu ni mgonjwa, kwangu nilikuwa like ali receive healing.
Can you believe it? It happened. It happened. I was running in the streets of Isili because I used to stay there. I was running in the streets of Isili.
Oh,
being chased by the mother, Makora. What wrong had I done? I just came to visit the dear girl.
Yeah, it was very tough.
Yeah?
It was very tough.
Whoa. The dad was
he
great.
those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like we were like in a military camp, like our pastor normally says. It was like a military camp. I mean, he give orders and you follow. So, I mean, you're there. You cannot do anything. You just hide yourself also so that he doesn't turn and say, no, what are you up to?
Oh my goodness me, now that was even a more shocker. I was wondering, what's now going on? What did I do? Why does an old man not like me? Yeah? So, but then it took the kindness of the mother to reach out to me, to tell me that all is not lost. So I should not feel bad about it. So it is actually the mother who worked very hard to get me back.
So when was your wedding?
Our wedding was 24 years ago.
What date?
So
yeah, it was on 7th of April. Actually, this is our month of
your month.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. A month of anniversary.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We did not start our marriage with money that we owed.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this was because of the friends that God gave us and the family.
And I think we were ready, you know, like we are told, count the cost. We were ready to begin from zero. We were ready. And
I love the fact that they were able to have people pull in their resources for them, and also how they were able to do the wedding that they wanted to do and not have debt after.
So of course, being the man here, I had to be the one running around, and in those days, mobiles were very expensive. So of course I didn't have a mobile.
Right.
So you go and stand in the phone booth and call. Sorry. And call until you can call no more. Now you go and have that card. And call until somebody is knocking at that phone booth. You better get out, right?
So, during your wedding, what's the one thing that stood out for you the most?
I would say, I think in the arrangements that we were having, and given that we were just from the setting of the youth, I think we were amongst the first people to get married.
Oh.
So it was like a path you were trying to make.
Right.
You don't have so many people to look up to.
You're like pioneers.
Yeah, like pioneers, exactly. Because actually after our wedding, so many of the team members,
the friend group you guys had, they followed.
Yes, actually that was in April. In May there was another one.
Yeah.
Along that year there were so many weddings.
So
it's like a pioneer. It's like you don't have many mentors or many people you can look around.
Yeah.
So when that day reached, it was like, wow, God showed up.
Right.
It was such a beautiful day.
Right.
And so peaceful. And a lot of joy.
Yeah.
I think I can, I remember that day. It was so, a lot of joy, full of joy.
Yeah.
And to me, that was the thing. And walking the journey, waiting all this long, in single hold, and finally,
this is
that was quite something, because to us it was just not like any other walk.
Yeah.
A normal thing.
Yeah.
It's something that we had walked many years, and this now was the culmination of it. So it was so special that we had an awesome time. And the other thing that also really stood out is that my dad had been sick for many years.
Yeah.
And he had not attended any of the functions,
or even weddings.
Or even weddings, even for my own brothers, my siblings. Yeah, none.
That was one of the highlights of the wedding, because the dad never went to anybody's wedding before or after. So ours, when he came, and then he was still very unwell. He was actually wheeled in. That was actually quite an honor and a blessing.
But for that particular day, for him to come for the wedding, we didn't think he'll make it, because he was sickly and he was not into such things, such gatherings where weddings and such functions. He was not for that. But for him that morning, it's like he just decided, I am coming for the wedding. But that day,
he showed up.
Hey,
this prayers.
He showed up on a wheelchair.
On a wheelchair.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's special.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
And of course, unveiling my wife.
Hey! Like, this is it. At this point, it's how many years down the line? The 2 years?
It was 2 years?
Yeah.
Another 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years.
So it was 4 years?
3 years.
So
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Because
After
we
we
had
started
actually
the-
planned after our relationship, we'll do 2 years of
Yes.
courtship.
Yeah.
But it went, I think, to the 3rd year.
Yeah.
So it was 3
3.5
years.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
So,
Hey.
so that was amazing.
Hey, like, finally.
Of course, she was looking all too gorgeous. Yeah, all too gorgeous, and she was all mine. I mean, oh yes, and the first kiss. And, what can I say? Yeah, what can I say?
So the way you move it slowly. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You are the one.
Unto my love.
Oh God.
So that was the special, most special moment to me.
Right. That's so amazing. So we're gonna go on a break.
Okay.
And as is our custom, we take us on a break with a song. We just don't go on a break like that over here. Yeah. And Lisa, we heard you have a sweet voice that can sing.
Can you hear that song?
We heard you could
We
sing.
can sing together.
We can?
Yeah.
You can join. You can join in.
Okay. You start, then I go.
So you're gonna dedicate a song
Ah.
to Mr. Karanja.
Oh.
And that's gonna take us on a break, okay?
Wow.
So
Okay.
as we go on a break, you do know what to miss. And if you've just joined us, you'd want to know why Mr. Karanja was being chased down the streets by Baba Lisa. You do wanna listen to that, and do join us even after the break, because we want to know what has been their challenges even in these 24 years of marriage. We also want you to come back and just join us for a game segment, and want to see who's gonna win these games. We've had these are competitive family. They already have different teams for football, and you don't want to miss that. But for now, Mrs. Karanja has a song that is gonna take us for a break.
Wow. Unto one love, I give my everything, my all, to you alone. And the time I said I do.
Welcome back to Heart and Soul. For now, we want to get into the trials of matrimony. We want to know what are the challenges that the Karanjas have faced and how they were able to get through them for them to still be here 24 years and going. So tell us.
Right. The challenges I think we've had, would I say maybe like finances.
Right.
As we mentioned earlier, we started at a very low place.
Right.
So that's one of the big challenge that we encountered from the word go.
Right.
But we're not where we started.
Yeah.
God has come through for us. We have grown into step by step into the area of finances.
Right.
And how we actually also came to tackle the challenges in finances is that I think there's need to be a lot of communication.
Okay.
Openness
when
it comes to finances.
Yeah.
Because actually finances can either destroy, whether you have it or don't.
Either extreme.
Yeah, either extreme can actually destroy a marriage.
Okay.
So the thing is to be very open when it comes to finances and be very accountable.
Right.
And be very deliberate in how to deal with it. How do we deal with this challenge?
Right.
All right. And then we started planning on like budgeting and on how to grow our finances, be it in business, jobs, thank God with time, promotions is good promotions
coming in.
Coming in.
Right.
And that has really helped us grow and be at a place where now we can say we are struggling financially by the grace of God.
Right.
So it's been a journey, and I would just encourage someone that it's doable. When you hit rock bottom, it's not the end. Because I mean, it's God who blesses. It's God who blesses. He can bring you from ashes to, he can give you beautiful ashes.
Right.
He can equip you. He can do it. He can do the impossible.
Yeah.
So the thing is to trust God to give you strategies, to give you ways of getting finances, grow into it, and at the same time you're accountable to one another, so that it doesn't also come in between. Because it can easily come in between, because some people start when they're nothing.
Then when it comes, it separates you.
It separates you. Somebody turns to be totally somebody different. But if you're so deliberate to get to be accountable to one another, and also trust God to grow into it, it will be a blessing to the family and to the marriage.
Wow, Mr. Karanja.
Yeah, so I think that's a very important point on finances, and that we had that challenge, of course, and how we then were able to kind of get out of it. Transition from it. It's important for people to know that don't live like somebody else. Don't be in a rush to buy a bigger car because your friend bought a bigger car, or because another couple that you are together with, they got a bigger car, so you're in a rush to compete to get a bigger car. No. Live within your means.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Save money. It is not wrong to save. Sometimes us as Christians, sometimes we think it's wrong to save. We need to save money. Right? And there are various ways of saving, not just money in the bank.
Right.
Many things that you can do. Buy treasury bonds and many things. But the idea is you need to be good stewards of every shilling that you get. The thing is, there is nothing that I get anywhere that my wife doesn't know. I don't need to hide.
And that's what I wanted to come to, because, you know, at the better part of the story, at some point you shared how you guys started with nothing, and you still had the time of your lives, whether you had or you didn't have. But then again, as seasons of life changed and you transitioned, jobs are, better jobs are coming in, and life is changing. I'd really also love to know how that didn't change your dynamic still, even when the money came in. And that's why I want you to talk about.
So of course, we already had set accountability structures amongst ourselves.
Okay.
There's So we have values as a family.
Okay.
We have 7 values.
All right.
Yes. One of the values is honesty.
Wow.
Yeah. I am totally honest to my wife.
Okay.
There is nothing that I know that I have or I know that he does not know or that I have.
Wow.
I do not hide secret monies that she does not know where I've hidden them. If I have hidden them in the mattress, she knows which mattress.
And where.
And where. Yeah. And how she can quickly get them even if she needs them.
Yeah.
You see? I mean, I can give her the whatever whatever money we have and trust that she will be able to take care of the family even when perhaps I've gone somewhere.
Yeah.
You know. So we trust one another and we are very honest to each other. Honesty is one of the values that we have established in our family and even our children know.
Wow.
Yes. It is rare to find our children lying.
Wow.
They can do many other wrong things.
Yeah.
But lying is a strange, even them they feel there's something really bad.
Yeah.
You know, like really bad?
Yeah.
So I think it's important as a family to have values.
Wow.
And these are the values which will help you in the various transitions of life.
Yeah.
Even when things are bad, you will have those values are close to you.
Yeah.
Now that's important.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah?
So we became so busy. So time became a problem.
Wow.
I think our last 2 children were having a challenge because of that. We therefore had to come to terms with that and ask ourselves, what are we going to do? So one of us has to leave formal employment and be in business.
Yeah.
And we agreed that my wife will forego her prestigious job that she's at the Tribe Hotel.
Yeah.
And form a business in what she was doing, in the cakes industry, because she does very well in cakes and pastries.
Right.
So she could be able to do that while taking care of the kids, back and forth. So that's some of the sacrifices we had to do.
Yeah.
And we always find time for each other. There's always time I have to take my wife out for the same coffees. We have time to go out for holidaying. We have 4 boys. We have something we call Daddy's Day Out.
Oh.
I have a moment with each and every child.
Wow.
Particular Saturday I would spend with the child.
Just look forward for that.
The attention is all on you.
Yeah.
That is so intentional.
It's very intentional. You have to do that, otherwise you lose the kids. You lose the kids. So that's what we do. So time has been a big thing for me, and therefore that's how we have tried to create things that we can do together. There is no birthday or anniversary that has ever passed. I can tell you that with certainty.
Wow.
None has ever passed. 24 years counting.
Whoa. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, that's close to 3 decades. Like, if you look at it, like, you're going closer to 30. And that's not a small thing.
And even this week, for example, this is a week of our anniversary.
Right.
I had to take off some leave days.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. To be with my wife.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think one has to be very deliberate.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll be chasing one and losing the other.
And losing.
Yeah.
In our time, because people are so busy, I think we've had a big challenge where the children are really suffering. And that's why I had to take the sacrifice to leave employment and go on the line of business, because we realize, I think we leave our children to be raised by the house managers, and they end up, you end up losing them.
True.
Because you don't have that relationship.
Yes.
You actually don't even know them until when they're grown, they start manifesting of things, and you wonder, where does this
child
come
are
from?
you?
What is that?
Yeah.
Is this my child?
Yeah.
But you were not there with them.
Yeah.
As they were growing, so you did not connect.
Right.
And you were not there to teach them, to hold them. Because
nurture.
also the Bible says, teach a child
in the way they should go.
in the way they should go when they're young. When they grow up, even when
they stray,
they'll still come
they'll
back.
come back.
But now when you're not there for them, you don't have time for them, they end up getting lost. And nowadays there's social media. Oh my God, big challenge. If you're not there, then the social media will teach them crazy things, things that are not right and not the values that we believe in. So I think it's very, very good for parents to take time, be very deliberate in raising their children and having quality time. Yeah, by the time I was actually now stepping out of employment, it was not just a one-day decision. It was with time that I had really thought through, we had thought through, and we had seen, I think in life you've got to balance. So we're seeing, yes, we are doing well when it comes to building our careers, building our finances, but now on this other hand, the family aspect, it's actually really suffering when it comes to children, when it comes to bringing up children, especially when they are very young.
Now we are going to the fun part,
Right.
the games.
Let's do it.
So I am going to tell you, we're going to play a game. It's called This or That. So this or that, you want to see how, 24 years, how alike are you? Are you likely to choose the same thing? Are you likely to choose different things?
All right.
So are you ready?
Yes.
Right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Movie night or game night?
Movie
Movie
night.
night.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Texting or calling?
Calling.
Calling.
Yeah. Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
I'll go with yours.
A wise man said. A wise man once said. Okay, all right. Matching outfits or totally different styles?
In a uniform.
I couldn't even finish. Staying in or going out?
Out.
Romantic dinner or surprise gifts?
Romantic dinners.
Surprise gift for me.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to finish off with this. Speak your mind or keep the peace?
Speak your mind.
Be feared or be loved?
Be loved.
Is it both?
And we're here.
I think both are important.
Okay, trust easily or build slowly?
This
Okay. Be remembered or live in the moment?
Be remembered.
Be remembered.
And finally, follow your heart or follow your head?
Follow your heart.
Yay!
What's
You
this
guys
called?
did well. You guys did so well, actually.
Really?
You did, yeah, because we get to know how well you know each other and also how in sync you are. Especially with this game, it gets to tell you how in sync you are, and I think you guys did really well.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Karanja, you're going to close the show for us with a song dedicated to your beautiful wife, okay? But before we do that, I want to thank our viewers who have been with us and spent the day with us and the Karanjas. And I believe you have had an amazing moment to just share in their love story. I want to remind you to go on our social media platforms, on Facebook at KBC Digital, on Twitter and Instagram at KBC Channel 1, and to be featured on this show or even partner with us, do email us on heartandsoul@kbc.co.ke. For now, I want you to sit back and listen to this song that will be belted out in glorious metal.
This song, I wanted to sing it 24 years ago.
Okay,
but for some reason we were not able to do that.
Today you're doing it live on air. I mean, you're seeing it first on Heart and Soul.
Yeah.
I'll see you again next Sunday. It was a lovely time.
Never see the glory of one saved for me. As I behold my heart's desire, I'm finally complete. And to one love, I'll give my everything, my all, to you alone.